Yo, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified every time I upload. Um, Yesterday wasn't the greatest day, but it is what it is. We're gonna talk about the weather, and get right into it. Now you see, PrizePicks, they do sponsor my channel. They'll match your deposit 100% up to $100. Promo code up top. Down below, you can see Prize Picks. Props.cash. They do sponsor my channel as well. Use promo code FDG059 um for an discount, 25% on your first month. Let's take a look at the weather real fast and get it in. Cincinnati at Washington, storms rolling through early. So a late start is certainly possible. Beyond that, a few more showers could trigger an in-game delay, but that's not too likely. All in all, I think it's just a late start, decently likely. Low chance for an in-game delay, whatever the case may be with that. Baltimore and New York, increasing chance for rain late. Um, Kansas City Royals, few storms popping up, gradually fading out after sunset. Hopefully, one doesn't sit on the ballpark too long. More likely outcome is that they all miss. Excellent hitting weather, warm, humid, winds out to left around 10 miles an hour ish. Okay, so that's good there. All right, that's okay. All right, humidity, stuff like that, ball carries. Yeah, that's what we want. Let's get right into it. Yeah, yes, but yesterday, yeah, man, Ramirez and the Dodgers and ooh wee. Today is not my favorite day, but let's get into it. Start off with this, which I had the over in this Houston Astros yesterday, and they didn't get there, but a couple bats got there for me, and I'm probably going to end up going back to the same guys. All right, so I ended up taking Corey Seager yesterday for hits, runs, and RBIs. Check, he got there 2.5, and then I took Tucker for 1.5 RBIs, lefty lefty. I took that. So because he's almost a 900 OPS versus lefty, so lefty lefty matchups. I like that for Kyle Tucker. He got that for me as well. Now, the over didn't get there, and the home run. I took the home run for Seager. He didn't get there either. However, going back to the well with the home run versus Seager. For Seager today, and I'm going back to the well with the 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. But that's going to be a straight bet. All right, not going to parlay that up. Not going to parlay that up. That'll be a straight bet right here. 2.5 hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 120 there. And I'll probably throw his hit home run in a round robin, a 2 or 3 leg home run play or something like that. All right. Um, Going right back to the well with Kyle Tucker hits, runs, and RBIs at 1.5. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's going back versus a lefty. He does have numbers versus him. Let's see. Uh, he does have numbers. These guys do have numbers. So I'll read you off some numbers out of my fancy DFS player pool here. So how Tuve's in play, he's just that good. 7 for 17. Kyle Tucker 7 for 17 versus Perez, 5 singles, 2 doubles, and then Corey Seager, he's 4 for 17 with 2 homers versus Christian Javier. Corey Seager has a thousand OPS versus right hand pitching. Okay, versus right hand pitching. Speaking of Javier, Javier has been trash. All right? I can't back him right now. I cannot. I cannot back him right now. The strikeouts have been looking terrible for him. Last 4 games, he needs to eat his fucking Wheaties or some shit. 5 of his last 6 games, he only had 3 Ks or less. I don't know what's going on with him. Could he bounce back today? He probably could, but I can't fuck with him. At the end of the day, I don't really mess with Perez like that either. So I'm gonna lean towards the over here. Another interesting parlay piece I was looking at here was Maldonado. If he's in the lineup, I mean, minus 175 for over a hits, runs, and RBI. I couldn't talk you off of that. I do expect runs to be put up in here. Nathaniel Lowe is somebody I was looking at as well. Let me get you some numbers on Nathaniel Lowe because he has numbers there. He's 5 for 17 with 4 singles and a home run. He has an 814 OPS versus righties. So Nathaniel Lowe, but uh, Dubon and Altuve's and yeah. Bregmans, Garcias, and all those motherfuckers. I couldn't talk you off of it. If I'm expecting 9.5 runs in this one here, then I expect for these guys, the bats, to do their job. Chicago Cubs at Milwaukee Brewers. We got an over under 9 spot right now. Yesterday, I went to Christopher Morel for the hits, runs, and RBIs. He got there, put his home run in a round robin. He got there, but I didn't straight bet it. I'm going right back to the well to his hits, runs, and RBIs right here, sitting at minus 130. Let's see if he can get back there again for me. All right, Christian Yelich, his hits, runs, and RBI sitting at 2.5. He's been playing some good ball. However, you got Smiley on the mound. Smiley, he pitches. He got splits, so he got weird splits. He's a lefty, and he pitches his worst. Uh, he pitches his worst to lefties. The thing about Yelich is he's a lefty, but he hits righties, and then that's a segue to another story with this Milwaukee team who hasn't been hitting lefties well on this season. Period. But last 30 days they've been looking better, but I don't know how much I can trust that. So Drew Smalley is giving up an 826 OPS to his left-handed batting. All right. And like I said, Christian Yelich, he's only a 500 OPS to 570 OPS to left-hand pitching, but he is pretty good. Okay, he is pretty good. Other guys you can look at was William Contreras. All right, William Contreras hits lefties well, but Smiley pitches his best to righties. But either way it go, William Contreras is an 877 OPS versus lefties. Those are a couple bats that I was looking at. Probably won't pull the trigger on it. Christopher Morel, he is that he is good. He's good. He's good. Okay, he's shown that he is here to stay. All right, so 1.5 hits, runs, and RBI. Couldn't talk you over that, or just a straight hit. Be my guest if you just want to go with a straight hit for him. I think add him to your hit parlays. I think he's somebody you can look at. Okay, probably my favorite bat you can look at right there. If I'm favorite bat on the Cubs, sure. As far as the side in this one, Cincinnati Reds at Washington Nationals over under 10.5 in this spot here. You got Irvin on the mound, you got Weaver on the mound, and Weaver has been giving it up. All right, Weaver has been giving it up. Newty, Weaver has been giving it up. And would you open that garage door for me, please? I left it in the kitchen last night. Um, Weaver, yeah, Weaver has been giving it up. Irvin's not nobody I really want to back. We got to over under 10.5. I do expect runs to be put up in this spot here. I got a couple bats, even though a lot of bats are supposed to be, uh, uh, in play here. Jake Fraley, anytime a righty's on the mound, I couldn't talk you off his hits, runs, and RBIs. So I'm gonna be looking at Jake Fraley for hits, runs, and RBIs. Um, you got somebody like um, let me see. Mm, Ellie De La Cruz, couldn't talk you off of him. And then Lane Thomas, he doesn't hit righties as well as he hit lefties. He's got a 675 OPS versus righties, but he's good. All right. Couple that with the fact that Luke Weaver, he's giving up a 938 OPS versus righties, and then 835 OPS versus lefties. Everybody on this Washington team should be in play. The two bats I'm looking at is going to be Lane Thomas and Candelario. Those are two of my favorite bats right there. Lane Thomas didn't hit anything yesterday, so he'll be looking to bounce back here. He should be looking like he's in a good spot right now. And then hits, runs, and RBIs for him and Candelario. Couldn't talk you off that. Okay. Um, yeah. That's yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Okay. St. Louis Cardinals at Miami Marlins. Here we got an over under 8 in the spot. McCullers on the mound, Garrett on the mound. I was looking at Garrett Case. I haven't pulled the trigger. I'm leaning towards the over. That's all I'm gonna leave it at. Maybe if I can get on prize picks and I get a 5 for Garrett, I'm gonna take it. But 5.5 right now, I'm this close to taking it. All right. Garrett has been pitching well. Um, couldn't talk you off his outs. He's been pitching well. Couldn't talk off his outs at 16 and a half. That's very intriguing to me. Um, but the walks, he's only given up more than one walks twice. Hits allowed. Lately he's been really, really good, especially the last 4 games. Um, Earned runs. He's only given up more than 2 earned runs twice. I mean, 3 times this year. So he's been pitching good. Okay. Last lefties that went in there for St. Louis and trying to hit their K prop, the lefties. Valdez had 6, Steele had 8, Mackenzie Gore had 8. All right. Neither one of these pitchers' lines came out over 5.5, and like I said, Braxton Garrett's prop is at 5.5. It's fishy. Something's telling me like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This St. Louis team has a few bats that can hit lefties. Your Arenados and your Goldsmith, these guys are home run candidates. They're self-explanatory, but I've seen 2 or 3 more bats that might be able to hit lefties, but I'ma just I'm it's a small lean, haven't pulled the trigger. That's the information for you guys. I'm gonna keep it going. All right. You got McCullers on the other side who has been giving up runs, 5 runs or more in 3 of his last 4 games. Hits, he been getting hit hard, 10 hits, 7, 8, 8, 7. The walks. I don't want to bet his walks right now. And then the outs. There's a possibility if he can go out there and be fake decent that he could hit his 17.5 outs at a parlay piece at minus 185, but I don't want to go there, neither his case. That's some information for you guys. Let's keep it moving. All right, Baltimore Orioles at New York Yankees. Domingo Herman coming off a perfect game. Wells has been pretty good. We had the over under 8.5. I'm telling you right off the back, I'm gonna just lean towards the Baltimore Orioles. I took them yesterday. They got there for me. It took them all day, but they got there. Um, I haven't bet this game yet, but you get a decent number here. Um, this team has shown the ability to hit Wells. I mean, it could be a fluke, but um, um, of course, in the beginning of the season, let me see. In the beginning of the season, let's see. I think they gave him 4 runs, and then last month they gave him 5 runs. All right, but the K's have been there for him. He struck these guys out 6 times in the beginning of the season, and that second time, he gave me 8 Ks. All right, so I couldn't talk off his strikeout prop where he's hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 of his last 9 games at 5.5. I couldn't talk off the strikeout prop there. I don't know what these guys been doing lately. Let me see, because I'm interested in this. Striking out last 30 days versus right hand pitching. Um, let's see. Where's the Yankees? 21st at 21%. Hmm. What about WRC plus versus right hand pitching last 30 days? Have they been hitting them? No, they have not been hitting them. Hmm. What about last 2 weeks? WRC plus versus right hand pitching. New York Yankees are still down there. What about K percentage last 2 weeks? New York Yankees. Hmm. Interesting. What about their walk percentage? They ain't been hitting it. What they been doing? Walking? Yep. Last 2 weeks, they are third in drawing walks. On base percentage. Hmm. Interesting. All right. We'll see. Interesting. We'll see. Hmm. So that leads me to outs. What about pitching outs here? Let me see. Pitching outs and walks. Walks. Hmm. Tyler Wells. So one of the games there, the last time they faced him, they draw 2 walks on him. 31% to this number. New York 25th on the season in drawing walks, but lately, last 2 weeks, they number 2 in drawing walks. We'll see. We'll see. What about his out prop here? 17 and a half. Uh, he hit that once versus this team. He only went 5 innings the second game versus New York. All right, it is what it is. I'm gonna lean towards Baltimore in this spot. Herman, prior to that last game, he was getting hit, man. He gave up 7 and 8 runs, and two good games versus Boston and the Dodgers, but 4 runs versus Seattle. I don't know, man. I still want to lean towards Baltimore. I could be wrong, but it's nothing, not an official play I'm giving out or anything of that nature. What I can say is, my guy been cold, man. Ryan O'Hearn, 822 OPS versus Ryder. He does have 2 home runs versus Herman. He's 2 for 6. He's due. He's definitely due for a bomb. Um, he's one guy that I'm considering putting in my home run parlay. All right, Gunnar Henderson. He's 800 OPS versus righties, and that's it, man. Atlanta Braves at Cleveland Guardians here. Over under 9 in the spot. Fishy line at 142. Braves on the road. Elder on the mound. Williams on the mound. Williams has that stuff. Okay, he has that stuff, but it's only like his third or fourth uh, outing here. I don't know how much I can trust him. I don't know how much I can trust him, man. You know, I mean, he's been pitching where I know he's got that stuff before coming in, but this Braves, so I'm gonna just leave it at that. The Braves are self-explanatory. I'll tell you this. I will be looking at Ramirez. He let us down yesterday. He went 0 for 5. Last bat, I think he had 2 on. Couldn't get there for me. Hits, runs, and RBIs. Couldn't talk you off putting them in your hits parlays. Okay. Naylor. Couldn't talk him and Naylor. Hit parlays, whatever case may be. Atlanta Braves, you know who I look at. If you got Murphy in the lineup, I target him versus righties. Um, um, Acuna and Olsen. Those are the guys there. Couldn't talk you off the guys further down the line. The whole damn team, you already know. Those guys are in play. The money line at minus 142 is kind of fishy, but minus 142, I couldn't talk you off the money line here. All right, I couldn't talk you off the money line. I'm not taking it. I'm not taking it right now. All right, I need to think a little bit more. I'm not taking it. I'm kind of scared of it. Kansas City Royals at Minnesota Twins. Cox on the mound. No homo. Joe Ryan on the mound here. I get a pitcher lean towards Minnesota. Hot, humid weather, winds out to left, 10 miles an hour. Hot, humid mean the ball could fly. We got A Cox on the mound. He was a long. He hasn't pitched more than 3 innings in his. I think he started 2 games this season. He hasn't pitched more than 3 innings. One of those games he gave up no runs. The other the game he gave up 4 runs. Okay, I think that was versus Cleveland. All right, so I'm not really in a position where I feel like I want to back him right now. So it'd be Minnesota Twins or nothing for me. 6.5 strikeouts for Joe Ryan is not out of the realm of possibilities there. I couldn't talk you off getting there or teasing it down, whatever the case may be. Los Angeles Angels at San Diego Padres. Thought we had Snell on the mound, but we don't. As of right now, TBD, to be determined. Don't have a pitcher out, but we're on the other side. So we know I'm looking at his runs and RBIs for Soto here. All right. Couldn't talk you off of that. And then you can look at some hits, runs, and RBIs for of course, you can look at I had Soto penciled in at a parlay piece at minus one and at 1.5. Um Otani. Wait a minute. Yeah, Otani. So you're gonna get if you want to jump on that right now, you could. But I think this kid is gonna be pitching, man. Uh, let me check. Uh, Snell. I think Snell's gonna be pitching, man. On the books, it say to be determined. All right. Snell. On the other hand, Snell's just been snelling. All right. He's got man double digit Ks in man so many games. Like, let me see. He's got Snell's been on absolute fire, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4 games straight. 10 Ks are better in 4 games straight. All right. So there you have that. All right. Uh yeah, but I'm looking at the hits, runs, and RBIs for Soto sitting at 1.5. If you want to jump on that Otani hits runs and RBIs at 1.5 at plus money, I couldn't talk you off of it. Couldn't talk you off of it. I couldn't talk you off of it. Seattle Mariners at San Francisco Giants. We got an over under 7.5 in this spot. We got Wu on the mound. We got Webb on the mound. All right. Now, the thing about Wu here is he's got that stuff. Don't get it twisted. He's got that stuff. He's only pitched a few games. I want to say what, five? What? How many games has Wu pitched? This will be his sixth game. So the damage that's been done versus Wu has been came from the left hand side, right? So he's giving up like almost a 1.3, like a 1300 OPS versus righties. That's one thing. All right. Now, it's still small sample size, but I don't want to be late to the party. All right. So I'm gonna target some lefties here, and I know these guys are probably gonna end up being in the lineup. You're gonna have to wait till these guys be in the lineup. So Lamonte Wade Jr. is probably going to be number one for me leading off. He's probably going to end up leading off with an 845 OPS versus right hand pitching, with Brian Wu 1.253 OPS versus lefties. That's a match to me. Plus, Lamonte Wade Jr. does have some pop in his bat. He can go yard, okay? Jock Peterson, again, um, again, Brian Wu, 1200 OPS versus lefties. Jock Peterson, 800 OPS versus righties. Okay, it's a match for me. I'll be looking at these two guys for uh, definitely in the hit parlays, hit runs and RBIs, whatever. If I was to take one of those guys for a home run, it would be Jock Peterson. Because he's got the power, and it is what it is. Pitching wise, I mean, San Francisco, they are at home. They have shown the ability to hit righties well. And then uh the outprop right now sitting at 16.5. It's interesting for Wu. Interesting for Wu. He's only hit this once. Um Strikeouts sitting at 5.5. Is do these San Francisco bats get to him before he get his strikeouts? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? On the flip side, Logan Webb, I like what I've seen from Logan Webb as of late, he has been getting touched up. Okay, so 3 run, he's given up 3 runs or more in 5 of his last 6 games, but he's been somebody who's been pitching good. Man, I get it to him. He's been pitching good. It's just sometimes he's been in some unfortunate situations. Seattle, number 2 in striking out. This could be a bounce back spot. He's sitting at 5.5. He's hit this number 10 of 17 games. He missed it 3 straight games. I think this is a spot where he can get there. Or you can alter it down. His outs, he's been out there pitching phenomenal. He's went over 6 innings, 11 of his 17 games, 65% clip there. Um, hmm, it's interesting. I don't normally go over 18 and 17 and a half, but it's interesting. I really, 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 really want to pull the trigger. I do, but I might just temper my expectations. Seattle, the eighth in drawing walks on the season. I haven't checked the last 30 days or last 2 weeks. So his walk prop is sitting at 1.5. The earned runs, like I said, he has been giving up a few earned runs here and there. So I don't know how I want to attack this, man. The under looks kind of well there. Um, you never know. You never know here. You never know. Shit, I'm so undecided in this one. I can't give you guys a side. And the last game tonight, we don't have lines for because I don't know if Kershaw is gonna pitch, man. I don't know. I know I seen Keller. I know I seen Keller for Pittsburgh. We'll have to see. But with that being said, guys, good luck today. That was the information that I have for you all. Peace out. Okay. Peace out.